a very interesting topic.
We
Would
do.
you date adult child?
Excuse my walking through.
Dun, 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 dun. This
Would
is,
you do that?
it's going to be fun tonight. I'm thinking that this one will get some spirited conversation and hopefully some spirited responses because I think that our audience is going to probably have some things to say.
Your microphone is over to the other side, so watch that and talk loud.
Yes, coming to you live from Conversations Overheard Studios, we
Yeah.
will be discussing, would you date your friend's
Dun, 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 dun.
child?
Adult child. Let's
Adult
be clear.
child. Oh,
So
yeah,
don't start,
don't be cruising to high
adding us, and talking about, we're talking about dating children. We're not having any pedo conversations over here.
Excuse me.
Not by a long shot.
Hi, everybody. I was working behind the scenes.
Do it some
I will.
that way. Okay. Yeah, so Janae is our IT person, so that's what we've been working on YouTube. But nevertheless, we're here. Hello.
Hello, hello.
Hello, America.
All right. So, you all have told them what we're talking about?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Okay. Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it.
Yes. Yes.
So people theoretically, younger men, younger women are more attractive. They represent virility, and they're more aesthetically pleasing. So if you have this younger person that's bouncing around your peripheral, would you be interested in dating them? Men, I know, I've been told, are attracted to younger women. That's not a big deal. We
Men
all
like
know
women
that.
in general.
Yeah,
That's the
so-
species.
As a species. So, but if that younger woman was your fraternity brother's daughter, would that make a difference to you?
Absolutely. It's only one way that I could do this.
Okay.
I would have to befriend Diana Ross.
Oh, you would have to. Oh, so Tracy Ross. Ellis.
Look at you,
Tracy Ellis.
Tracy Ellis Ross.
Tracy Heflin.
Oh, sorry. So,
Almost got you.
and I
Almost.
kind of thought something similar. I was like, the only way I could date my friend's son is if my friend was significantly older than me, and their child was my age.
Or reasonably close.
Okay, thank you.
It doesn't do anything.
Because, yep, I agree. So I was just telling Gary. Because I don't really have an interest in younger guys or skinny guys. Not that we were talking about that, but I just want to slide that in there.
If you're skinny, don't even
Right.
approach
I
her.
don't like
Just
skinny.
say hi and keep it moving.
Gotta have a little meat.
So
Yeah.
I'll tell you, like when we were talking about what we were going to talk about tonight earlier, I was explaining to Kim that I have a friend who shared a story with me, basically, and this is how this conversation really just came up. That her girlfriend's son started to flirt with her. Now, he was grown, but it was also her son, right? Her friend's son. And she was like, I wonder if he's trying to flirt with me. It was very subtle in the beginning. And then later on, it got not to be so subtle. And so I'm not sure how they exchanged numbers. I think it had to do with business at some point. But now they have a free flowing line of communication. And the son is like, I'm a grown man. We could do this because you're a grown woman. And she did say that he was very attractive. And, it wasn't a hard no. She hasn't done anything about it, but it's not a hard no. And so
How old is the son? I'm just curious. You
he's,
know?
he's in his 30s now.
Oh.
His crush started when he was in his 20s, though. And so one of her dear friends told her, let's see how grown he is. Tell him to tell his mama, I like your friend. Let's see how grown he is. Because just doing it under the pretense of we grown, you're doing it in secret.
Yeah.
You're still hiding
Yeah. Like a kid.
like a kid,
Yeah.
like a horny kid. Because at the
That's-
end of the day, that's what this
that's
is
what it-
probably
Like
Yeah.
two
about.
horny
Yeah.
people. I mean, because you know she's not.
But she hasn't done anything yet, you know.
Yeah,
It's
but
just a,
you know my theory on this. You know, all you can do is mess it up. She, in her mind, she's already said yes. She just hasn't done the deed. A woman decides.
Because you said it wasn't a hard no.
Yeah,
It
a
sounds
woman.
like she's
A woman.
when I
that-
say a hard no, it's like me, unequivocally no, hell no.
Right.
That's a hard no.
A woman decides in 5 minutes if you could. And all you can do is mess it up from there. You can cultivate it, and one day, if ever, one day, if she's ready, she will. And until then, you know, you just keep watering the seed until you see it sprout. Now, I want to answer the question from my perspective. No, I couldn't because of this. I would not want to be around because I mean, if you're my friend, we're gonna be spending Christmas together, and you know, when we use the term date, I mean, we going out and doing stuff. You know, if I'm just tapping you up a few times, who knew? I'm not saying I would, but I'm just saying.
I'm like,
Because I was thinking, I don't know.
But I'm
that
saying.
hard no just became a, well, you said
Don't-
date. You didn't say,
Right.
yeah,
Don't,
right.
don't, yeah, you know, don't tell nobody, but
Right.
no. So, no, I would not want to date, tap you up, or any of those things because I don't want to have that perv energy when I'm around other people who have daughters.
So do you think they'll pick up on the perv energy? Is that what you're thinking? Or you just don't want to be
Uh,
uncomfortable?
All things that come in that are done in the dark come to the light.
100%.
And so if I'm going to enter into that relationship, I have to look at all of those things. And I have a lot of friends that have a lot of beautiful daughters. And that is not a space that I want to exist in. That's not cool
Because
energy.
the rest of the gang is going to be thinking, like, if he could do it to, John's daughter, he could do
Or-
it to my daughter.
Or I have
So you will become the perv.
I have
Uncle Perv.
I
That's
have
what I was thinking, Uncle Perv.
Uncle Perv, yeah. I have a lot of friends who have beautiful daughters who depend on me in different ways. So now, if I put that perv energy out there, you know, if one of my nieces call me and say, Uncle, you know, I need some money, and I send them, you know, whatever that number is, then all of a sudden, you can't never accept no money from him. Don't you look
Right.
him in the eye? Don't you be
Exactly.
alone with him?
Exactly.
Right.
That's not energy that at 60 years old I'm trying to put out here.
Right.
And I mean, I've done enough stuff to where I'm much more conscious of the consequences of something now.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's just not, it's rules to this. We all have to follow them on some level. And if you decide to exist outside of the rules, you are saying that you're prepared to deal with the consequences. And I mean, I'm not, all of my friends can fight, but I'm not even,
You don't even want to put yourself in the space.
In
You
that-
have to fight
yeah.
a friend.
well, I don't even want,
What about lose a friendship? Because that was my question
Yeah.
to my friend.
Yeah.
Like, is this something that you're prepared to lose your friend over? Like, you aren't in love.
Yeah.
Like, this is a lifetime friend. Are you prepared to walk away from that? Because she said her friend would probably want to
Yeah.
punch her in the throat, basically.
Because if I found out that one of my friends was sleeping with my son or my daughter, yeah, I would be feeling very violent.
but
But maybe not even sleeping with, right?
forget the sleeping with
Yeah.
part. But I mean, imagine that you found out that they had been having,
Communication.
exploratory
Yeah,
conversations.
I
absolutely.
wouldn't like it. Same damn
You-
thing.
You still want to punch them in
and,
the
and
throat.
this is
I would.
this
Right.
is hypocritical for me because I've often said it's not cheating unless you do it, but you can't have those conversations with somebody that is not somebody that is appropriate.
See, my thing is this. If you've known a child since they were a child,
Right.
and then you turn the page and say, well, you're 21 now, you know what I mean? Or
Right.
you're 31 now.
Right.
That friend is going to believe that you've been
Perving.
waiting, perving, grooming, all of these terrible things
Yes.
for their child just to become legal so you can,
Pounce.
But
hit,
this is
tap, pounce, right.
this
Eat 'em.
is
Well, all of it.
this is one of those situations though that you have to think about the communities that you live in. I mean, because you have a lot of friends. I mean, most of my friends have children. I just would not want to exist in that space. And I mean, I'm fortunate in that, everyone knows that I'm not married. But I have lots of friends who are married, but their wives still allow me to run around with their husbands because they're like, man, he ain't creating that energy. He's not doing.
Really?
Yeah, I don't. I can call just about all of my married friends and say, hey, let me speak to your wife. Hey, I got your husband. We'll give him back for $300,000. Okay, I can't get the money. We'll be back around too, and it's cool. But if you start creating that energy, not only do I not want you, I don't, you just have an energy
Yeah.
that's, black moon rising. Something is wrong. That's it's rules we have to follow.
It's rules and it's boundaries, and then there are some bells you can't unring. So once you cross over to this, I don't think you ever return back to normalcy. I don't think you ever become just the normal person. You're always going to be looked at as slightly weird,
Right.
a perv. Don't trust them, and definitely keep your grandkids away. You know what I mean? You're just going to become that person.
And when you walk in those shoes, you can't take them off. They might as well be painted on or
You
tattooed
darn right. Start
because
the letter.
it's never a situation where I would have any level of comfortability. I mean, if you did it to my child, I'm gonna do something to you. That's flat out.
I mean, again, we're talking about adult children.
If I'm gonna do something to you, that's not how we live in these days. But more importantly, if I saw you do it in the peripheral to someone else's child, what makes me think that you wouldn't do it to mine?
You
Okay, so
shouldn't.
listen, we are at almost 60.
I am 60.
Okay, so yes, you are technically old enough to have a 40-year-old child.
Exactly.
So what if your 40-year-old child was interested in dating one of your frat brothers?
I tell children this all the time. You got to trick me. Do it in secret. I ain't got to know, but you talking about dating, I'm going to know that. You can't bring that person to Christmas dinner. That's not a comfortable
Okay,
relationship.
so that's a woman child, a girl child. So what
A
if it was
male, my son couldn't be bringing one of my girls.
okay,
Mamas,
Yeah,
yeah.
okay.
that ain't
One
happening.
of your
I mean, because
friends
there are
to
double
Christmas.
standards in everything. So I mean,
No, no,
I
and
just
it's
want to know.
it's a very fair
Yeah,
question.
yeah.
This is one of the few things that I'm not a chauvinist about. I don't think that I should have my cake and eat it too. That goes for all children. Children should be left alone and protected. And you're always a child if you're my child. There's never
Yeah,
a situation.
I agree with that too. You're always going to be my baby. If you're my child, if you came out of me, then you're my
You're my
child.
baby.
Yeah, you're my baby.
Even if you're
You
70.
always will.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
and I need to have a friends group that's respecting that.
Yeah.
I do not need a friends group that's making it up as they go along or
Right.
changing the rules.
Right.
That's not in the
Waiting
rule
for
book
my
on
child.
any page. I know this for a
So
fact.
let me ask this question. Let's say you meet a woman. You all again, just acquainted. You like her, and you ask her, like, have you ever dated, outside your decade? Have you ever dated younger? You know, and she's like, well, actually, I have. And she tells you a story that she dated one of her friends' sons. Is it a hard stop
That's a
for
good
you right
question.
there?
That's a good question.
Yeah, because I mean, at this, at
She
this,
wouldn't, and you ask her some questions. I wouldn't do it again. I learned my lesson. Would it still be a hard stop for you?
yeah,
Okay.
Would it matter how old the friend's son was?
she lacks the discipline that is
Okay.
necessary to be successful, and that is
Now
important.
That's just a bum, right?
No, I mean she made her choice. I don't begrudge her choice.
Right.
It's just not someone I would want to
Right.
be with.
Right.
She's a bum in your
Right.
eyes, right?
No. I'm not going to use that term. I would say that she's somebody that I would definitely friend zone. I mean, we could not have a
Right.
relationship beyond that. I'm not going to castigate her.
Oh,
That's-
she's not successful in being in a relationship with you. Is that what you're talking
yes,
about? Okay.
yes. We'd be cool. We can talk, but that's it.
I understand. Because some people can tell you something that will make you switch off that interested switch in an instant. So I've been there. I understand.
I have a friend, and all of you all know Longwood High School, right?
Yeah.
And so, I mean, we were well into adulthood, and he got a new car, and this fool went and cruised to high school. I'm like, dude, for what?
He went cruise that high school?
Yes,
What do you mean? Oh,
roll
really?
past, slow, like,
To
oh
check out the
man,
girls
coming
in
in
the
that skirt,
uniforms? Okay.
No, and probably hollered and got a number, and
Oh, when was this?
we were in adulthood.
Okay.
This was,
So, but those are high school students. So he is a perv.
exactly my point. But I'm just saying, I kind of look at that boundary cross. You're a boundary crosser. It's just now it's a little bit more marketable because that person is 40. No, it's rules to this.
There are rules, but again, I don't. R. Kelly, if he's R. Kellying, in his Porsche or whatever he has at the high school, that's one thing. This is slightly different. It is a boundary, and I agree. And I'm all 10 toes down. Leave my kids alone. But they aren't in high school.
Can
If
I
you
just say I'm over here chuckling to myself because I thought you were going to say you lost respect for him because the reputation of the school is that they had ugly girls, not because they. That's why I thought you were like,
Hey,
why are you?
let me
That's why I said,
let me
wait,
go
when
ahead.
was this? I thought
Let me
you
let me
when
go
we were
ahead
in
and
high
toss.
school.
Let me go ahead and toss along with
Wait,
fully under
no,
the bus.
I thought you
Those
meant-
young ladies might not have been all good looking, but they had many other talents.
Oh my goodness, you
Many.
guys are terrible.
Oh my God.
I know a lot of
I
pretty
swear
people
to
from
goodness.
Longwood, and I went to Seton, and I knew beautiful girls that went there. So I'm not with that little.
No, I mean,
the reputation of that school was.
I knew like four.
You guys are horrible.
I honestly can't think of anybody who went there that I know. But that was the reputation of the school. Horrible or not, that was the reputation. I didn't set the reputation, so that's why I thought you meant like in high school he went cruising and you lost all respect for him.
No, he was a grown man. He had a job.
Okay, now I know why.
He was
Okay.
like having
I'm
performance
back.
reviews at
I'm
back
back.
and stuff, and this
Okay.
dude cruising to
I'm
high
sorry.
school.
I'll stop chuckling.
Back to the
now.
regular program. All right.
Okay, go ahead.
Like, dude, stop.
So as an adult, he was cruising high school kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's some pedo stuff right there. No, I would know. We're talking about would you date an adult child or tap into or whatever.
No,
it is.
an adult child of a friend.
Of a
Of a
of a
friend.
friend.
Yes. No, flat out,
No,
absolutely
me
no.
neither.
Do not pass go. Do not collect $200.
And all my friends' kids, I look at them as being an extension of my family. They're just like nieces and nephews. So it's just would be like, I probably changed your diaper. Like, it just,
It's weird and wrong.
yeah.
Because
it
you
is.
search yourself. Say that it's me, that I'm the victim, if you will, of this. That my son or daughter is like, yeah, your boy or your girl, man, we coming to Christmas dinner together. What? No, we're not doing that. That's crazy to me.
So let me ask you all from a different perspective, right? So you say no, I say no. What would you do if your friend's son was coming on to you really, really hard? Do you just,
Check his ass.
all right, but do you tell your friend when you know that, sometimes it's the messenger is the person that's dead at the end of the
Yes, I understand.
at the end of the story.
That's some stuff worth dying for.
Okay. Do you tell your friend your
Yes.
son has been hitting on me, or your
Man, I'm
daughter
definitely
she
telling
keep
you
coming
if it
at
was
me?
your son. If it was your daughter, yeah, I'm telling you that too.
You
But
gonna be
your
like,
son,
she wildin'.
your son hitting on me. We gonna have that. We might have that conversation right then and
Well,
there.
not right. If it's but for us, if it was a guy, a boy that we knew who grew up, and he's a man, obviously, but your girlfriend's son is at me, like he's in my DMs. He's texting me because he's had my number since childhood.
I would say.
Would you tell? Because I would too. I think that if you don't tell and it comes to light, then you're guilty anyway.
Right.
Because you
What
kept
else don't I
something
know?
so. And I don't know what your part was in it. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Or why am I just now finding out? What else?
Right. I do feel like you should tell. I don't know how this is for guys and your guy's daughter. Do you be like, man, is she kind of.
I mean, you put
Because you
some
basically
the,
calling the
easy,
girl, yeah,
well, promiscuous. I mean, that's but
you know your
the,
kid, right?
well, you married a mama. You know, I mean, this the apple don't fall far from the
Now the
tree.
mama is a hoe.
I didn't say I didn't use those words. I didn't use those words.
I would definitely tell my friend. I would be like, Jackie, would you tell Christian to get out my damn inboxes? This is getting ridiculous. Stop. Tell him to stop it before I punch him in the face.
And you?
The easiest way to do it is to put some distance. You know, like, hey, I can't. You know, I'm not gonna say it, but I'm gonna just not be around that child. If that child is,
But what about the friend? You can't stop the child from going to see their parent. But are you going to distance yourself from the friend?
I'm gonna distance myself from being around that child. However that works. If it's at the expense of the friend, or if it's at the expense of me, or if it's at the expense of anything, I'm not gonna be around that child until I had that conversation with that person. That's just,
Are you? That's my point, though. I'm still trying to get. You are going to tell.
oh, absolutely.
Yeah, he said that.
Okay.
He said he
You
was
are.
I'm absolutely telling.
All right.
And I would say it in a lighthearted manner, like just pretty much like I said. Come get your child. He's been in my inbox, and he better stop it before I pop him.
I'm not gonna joke about it. I'm gonna be like, hey, look, man, you know what? Or hey, your daughter, you know, come on, man, she gotta back up off me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna make a funny, which I've been known to do on occasion. We're not playing about this because this is serious.
Mm-hmm.
And the longer that,
And for men, it is more serious.
and the longer it festers, the worse it is. So I'm gonna let that know off the top. I mean, you don't want to be that person that everybody that says hi, you see how they said hi, they won't be. I can't lose.
Right. Exactly.
But when you know, when I know,
Yeah.
hey man, dude, or hey, check this out, your girl, wow.
So I'm gonna give you. This is a true story. A guy told me this. So, you know, how, like there's probably 3 degrees of separation.
Yes,
honestly.
absolutely.
And so his justification for wanting to talk to me was, like, you only live one life. This is all you have. If you can find happiness, you know what I mean? You should find happiness. I knew someone, it wasn't close to that person, but I knew someone that he had dated prior.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, no, that's too close. I'm sorry, I can't do that. Right?
Right.
And so, I was like, what would you do if, and I just asked this question, it was just, out the blue. What would you do if your brother's, wife, decided after their divorce that, she liked you? He was like, and if I liked her, I would see her. And I said, so you would bring your sister-in-law to your mother's house?
I'm gonna give you some great advice here, and this is universal. You can use this in any situation. When someone says something that makes absolutely no sense, run.
Yeah.
Because I mean, there's never the danger in listening to stupidity is that it can start to make sense.
But I mean, what I'm saying here is that some people would do these things, cross these lines, and think nothing of it. I just think that person, yeah, they would. They will.
And I don't begrudge that person. You know, if that's your choice, do you? I know to keep mine away from you. I know for me to not be around you, because the other part of it is that I wouldn't if forget me, because I know how to handle mine.
Mm-hmm.
But if you did it to any child, I don't want to be around you because I don't want that energy.
Yeah.
That energy is bad, and that not leading to a good place. And at the end of the day, if I did, I do enough stuff. You don't have to blame me for stuff that I didn't do. I don't want to be in that person's friend circle that perpetrated it, and people like, well, yeah, him and Gary be tag teaming them, and no.
Cruising the high schools.
Right, cruising the high schools.
Yeah.
Did he just get a new car?
Yes.
So no, I'm good over here. And if that's your get down, do you?
Yeah.
Leave me and mine alone. But I'm not in that. I don't want no part of that at all.
I believe if it were me and you didn't tell me, our friendship would be
Affected.
I wouldn't want to mess with you too much. I wouldn't trust you. Without trusting my friendships or relationships, I don't have much.
Plus, I mean,
If I'm not safe and my kids ain't safe, what do I need you around for? Exactly.
What if your daughter and your friends, your male friend came and told you at the same time that they wanted to date?
Thank you for telling me, people, but no.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, no blessing.
And we
No
send,
blessing here.
and we sending you to perv rehab,
Yeah.
and you
Go
to boarding
to your
school.
room, right?
You're gonna become a nun, sweetie.
I mean, we do realize that these are adult people, but still, at the
Yeah.
same time, it seems very much like you've been groomed. You know, it feels that way, and it may not be that way, but it will feel that way. You can't be someone who's mentored my child, you know, and then all of a sudden you find her attractive,
Right.
and you
And I've had friends of children who were in very vulnerable states, and they have trusted me and entrusted me to be in those spaces with those children, absent of them, and that's a huge responsibility.
Yeah.
That is
it
a huge, you know.
It is.
That is, I mean, to think that I was sitting there all alone, laying in wait,
manipulating. You know what I
Right,
mean?
for years, just
Calculating.
waiting for their 18th
Yeah,
birthday.
right, singing
absolutely.
Keith Sweat. You may be young, but you're
Ready.
ready, ready to learn.
But that's what
Oh.
everybody would feel like.
Yeah. What? Yeah.
And the most important people here would be your friends, you know,
I just think the
which they
collateral,
probably wouldn't be your friend anymore.
the collateral damage that you would get. I mean, obviously the act itself is bad. That, you know, probably gets you somewhere much more closer to going to hell. But, you know, just the, you know, now when I come in Christmas dinner, it's like, had your daughters.
And it's not even just Christmas dinners, it's everybody else in the friend group who's going to know. And they're going to all have an opinion, and everyone's going to put their kids away.
I mean, we were out on my friend's boat, and I'm not bragging. So we're out on the boat doing our thing. And, you know, the young lady has a daughter, has on a bikini. I don't want him like, hey, man, hey, no, hey, girl, go put a cover up on, you know, and this, I don't see her like that.
Was she an adult?
Yes.
Okay.
But still, I mean, that's
No, I
just
was
not,
asking. Yeah.
that's just not a comfortable space to
Yeah,
operate in.
Right.
Yeah, I agree. 1000%. But, you know, I would hope that our children would not even think that it would be okay. You know what I mean?
I don't
We would
even,
hope that this would never be something that we would ever have to.
Uh,
This a cross I wouldn't want to have to carry.
but I mean, you get back all of the stuff that you've done. And I mean, clearly none of us, according to these conversations, have done anything like that. But, you know, God ain't like that selective, like it has to be this. You know, God is going to be like, man, okay, here's my revenge. And it's going to come at you in a different way. Something that you're not able to defend yourself against. And we're pretty unique in our ability to insulate ourselves from God's wrath in a lot of times. But God always talks about the sins of the father. And I'm not willing to put that on my children. I'm not willing to accept that into my life. And I don't knock anybody. I'm trying to get to heaven just like everybody else. But no, I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
Ever.
I certainly don't think that's the path to get you there.
No, not unless you're trying to have a negotiation. Grandma, get me in. Get me in. I know you in there. You know, no, I'm not. It's already going to be a negotiation. Not for me, but I mean, you know, come on. No, I'm not doing that. No. Flat out.
Do you know of anybody that this has happened to?
I do
personally?
not. I do not.
I think that you know of someone, they just haven't shared it with you
That's
yet.
true. Yeah. I can't even imagine of the people that are in my life who would have done that.
Hey,
Who would have crossed that boundary.
I'm gonna give you the profile of the person. Somebody that's doing something, be like blaming on the alcohol. I was drunk, and then he was supposed to take me upstairs, and the next thing I made him brunch. Like, hold on, you skipped breakfast and lunch? That he stayed a long time.
Do you know anybody personally?
Not that I can think of. And I'm grateful to my friends because I'm not going to absolve all of them from having probably done it. I'm sure somebody has, but thank you for not sharing that with me. And don't ever feel the need to do that.
Right.
We good over here. We
Leave
don't-
me in the dark.
Man, I got some stories that I can't tell. That's one of yours. Okay, don't do that.
Well, It's good that we don't really have any personal
No, we don't.
stories. Yeah.
But if you do,
We're interested. And what should, like, if you've done it, tell us
about it.
tell us about it. Tell us
In confidence.
Tell us what you did. Tell us if you told, if you got caught, if you're still together.
Without naming names,
Yeah.
just, let us know what the situation was. So we can have a conversation about it in the comment
Enlighten us.
section.
Yes.
And in the comments, people are putting like no. He put like 15 O's. No.
All right, guys.
August 17th, we are having an in-person event.
That's a Sunday.
That is a Sunday. We haven't decided the time, but we are this close to deciding the venue. So we will have a venue for you. We'll post sometime in the next few days.
So mark it on your calendars or mark it off your calendar so you don't schedule anything else. Conversations Overheard, August 17th, Sunday.
In person.
Yes. Thank you guys for tuning in.
you
And
much.
we can't wait to look at these comments.
Oh, this is gonna be wild.
Please subscribe, share. We appreciate you. And
Thank
see you
you.
real soon.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Have a good night.
There we go.